America, the land of the free, home of the brave, and weirdly dominated by just two political parties, the Democrats and the Republicans. It's like going to a restaurant with a menu the size of a billboard, only to find out they only serve chicken or fish. Now, understanding these two parties can feel like trying to understand the plot of Tenet after 3 margaritas. There's a lot of shouting, some history that's best left buried, and frankly, it can all be very confusing. But understanding their differences, particularly on core issues, is crucial in making sense of, well, anything in American politics. This isn't about declaring one side right or wrong. That's your homework. Instead, consider this your 5-minute crash course, a tasting menu, if you will, on the main dishes that divide Democrats and Republicans. Think of it as a jumping-off point for your own deep dive into the delicious, occasionally infuriating stew of American politics. Are you ready to rumble? Let's do this. First up, the age-old battle of how much the government should stick its nose into our lives. Democrats generally dig a bigger government. They see it like that friend who always brings extra guacamole to the party. Sure, they might be a bit much sometimes, but they make life better overall. They like the government involved in things like healthcare, education, and making sure the little guy, and by little guy we mean regular people, not corporations dressed up in monocles, gets a fair shake. Think of it as we're all in this together with slightly higher taxes. Republicans, on the other hand, prefer their government like they prefer their pizza toppings, minimal. They believe in individual responsibility and less government intervention in the economy. They reckon if you cut taxes and regulations, businesses will thrive, creating jobs and magically making everyone richer. Think survival of the fittest with a side of trickle-down economics. Let's talk money, honey. Democrats are generally down with the idea of progressive taxation. That means the more dough you rake in, the more you contribute to the communal cookie jar. They believe this money should fund social programs like welfare, healthcare, and education, ensuring everyone has a shot at the good life, even if they weren't born with a silver spoon in their mouth. Republicans, however, tend to favor lower taxes across the board. They argue that lower taxes leave more money in people's pockets, leading to more spending, economic growth, and theoretically everyone being able to afford their own darn cookies. They often support tax cuts for businesses, arguing that it stimulates investment and job creation. Section 4, Culture Wars, Round Infinity. Now buckle up because things are about to get spicy. When it comes to social issues, Democrats generally wave the rainbow flag of progressivism. They are often vocal advocates for LGBTQ+ rights, support abortion rights, and tend to favor stricter gun control laws. They see these stances as promoting equality, individual liberty, and, not getting shot. Republicans, on the other hand, typically represent more traditional values. They may oppose same-sex marriage, abortion, and often advocate for gun rights, citing the Second Amendment and individual liberty. Think of it as a clash between love is love, and this is the way it's always been, with a healthy dose of don't tread on me, tread. Section 5, Making Friends and Influencing People Differently. Finally, let's talk about how these two parties approach the world outside America. Democrats are generally more into diplomacy and working with other countries. They often see foreign aid and international organizations like the United Nations as vital tools for promoting peace, human rights, and, not starting World War III. Republicans, meanwhile, tend to favor a more muscular approach to foreign policy, emphasizing a strong military and American interests first. They might be quicker to use military force and are generally more skeptical of international agreements, preferring bilateral deals, where America, ideally, calls the shots. Think peace through strength versus let's all just get along, maybe with the side of America first. Section 6, and in conclusion, please read more. So there you have it, your whistle-stop tour of the key differences between Democrats and Republicans. We've covered everything from the role of government to social issues to how they size up the rest of the world. Of course, this is just scratching the surface, like explaining the plot of Game of Thrones with a series of emojis. Remember, these are just broad generalizations, and there's a whole spectrum of beliefs within each party. Plenty of folks don't fit neatly into either box, and that's okay. Actually, it's more than okay. It's what makes American politics so darn fascinating and sometimes utterly maddening. The point is, understanding these core differences is crucial for navigating the glorious, messy circus that is American politics. So, go forth, do your own research, and form your own opinions. Just try not to yell at each other too much, all right?